Good morning, traders, and this is your Aussie South African Top 40 day trading setup for today. So yesterday we pretty much hit the target I gave you, and the sellers did step in there. Now I just want to reiterate this level here. Okay, it's not an exact science at the moment. There's just so much interaction at that. We're on the weekly at the moment, and if I go to the monthly, you can see a similar picture. You can see where all of the sellers were coming in. Okay. And we haven't really breached that. We had a gap up here and then really down, but we haven't breached that level pretty much for a monthly close in a year and a half now. Okay, so this area here is pretty strong. If we get a monthly close above this, then you're pretty much guaranteed we're on to new all-time highs. Okay, there are a couple of scenarios on the monthly that are looking interesting. This is one of them. Okay, so we've got intersecting trend lines here. The question is, are we going to have some kind of a megaphone formation for a breakup? Or is this sort of an exhaustion bar for you? Just note that the moving averages have crossed over. Okay, they haven't crossed over for bullish pattern yet on the monthly, but there's a lot of indecision here. There's bulls that are trying to drive it up, and there's bears that are adamant that this is the level that needs to be defended. So a lot of things going on at the moment. Anyway, if we just look at the daily, just pick up what we got left with. If I can click the icon, there we go. So we came pretty much straight up onto this level, and this was also the closing range breakout target level. We've done that. Oscillator is grouped to the upside. Stochastics are starting to look like we could have a turn brewing shortly. Okay, it's not a grouping like this, but it's a grouping similar to this one here. And when they group far apart, there's normally a violent move. Okay, well, not group, I suppose, the wrong word. It's a crossover when they're far apart. Anyway, that's the daily that we have here. We do have sellers stepping in. It was a green day, but this could be the setup of a shooting star off a level. Okay, well, it's not quite a star, but it's a pin bar, it's off a level, diversions, it's a monthly level, it's a weekly level. There's a lot at play here, and it's going to take a lot of effort to get through 52,600. Okay, so 3 hour is exactly the same picture. Trend is up, okay, but we pretty much rallied into that level and then came off. But if you have a look at what's going on here, indecision, take profit. Okay, so the bulls that have been in this for the longer run, some of them took profit at the level, others were just holding, and then closed out their positions. Okay, so trend is up. There's no doubt about that. The big question at the moment is whether we have hit a level. Okay, now for me today, I think closing range breakout is the one that I'm looking for. Now, looking at this could just be a bit of a consolidation for another attempt at this level. Okay, if I look at the Williams percentage, sorry, not the Williams percentage, the parabolic SAR, which are these green dots here, normally when you get a sort of 3 dots like this, there's normally an indication that you may be getting a trend change, but you can see how it's been doing it quite some time. I mean, there's a number of dots, there's a number of dots, there's a number of dots. So I think for me, I pretty much only use the parabolic SAR for my stop levels. Okay, I just keep my stop below the green dot. That gives me more than enough wiggle room to stay in the trade as we go along. So what we have here, and I think I'm going to do this on the half hour because it's a little bit clearer, possibly even 12 minutes. Yeah, okay. So looking at the 12 minutes here, I just want to highlight something here. So we have two scenarios here. There is my first one. Okay. So I broke out of this wedge, came back, tested the bottom of the wedge, but broken it again. So I'm looking for a pullback. Okay. My other scenario is that's my flag, broken out, come back. Okay. Now, we may just continue in this and come and close this gap at the bottom here. It's very possible. And then rally. But I think for me, anyway, it's closing range strategy. So if I do that, so there, you see, there's my range targets. Pretty much got there with a pin bar off there, and then we gradually move back down and tested the top of the range. Okay, I suspect more of the same today. Only difference being that this range, closing range, is extremely small. Okay, any revisit up to the top of the range target, which is 52,664, I'm taking profit and probably looking at a sneaky short up there as well. Okay, this level, as I said earlier, is a very, very big level. If we look at the market right now, everything's pretty flat. Rand is slightly stronger, which bodes well for a short. Tencent is flat, and the Nasdaq finished up 1.14%, and it is up slightly at the moment. Well, crude oil is also up. So there are some mixed signals there, but I think the US markets also gone a little bit sideways. The Dow and the S&P went sideways yesterday, so ever so slightly to the downside, but they did close up. So a little bit indecision, I think, around the globe. And for me, it's closing range strategy. I do not see this. There's a gap here, so I'm just going to highlight this level here. There is a gap here. So the bigger picture is we are in an uptrend. Okay, we're just a little bit tired. So what you're looking for is that pullback in order to get into this trade. Now, I don't have a breakout level that's going to work to the downside here. So the only thing that I can suggest is watch this closing range breakout. If we break to the downside, you've got the range target sitting right here. So the range target sits on the top of the gap, and that is 52,099. But if we do get there, there's a very good chance that we drop down to come and close a gap, which will be 51,930. And that's pretty much the second target, second range target. Okay, so a break below break below 52286. Then we're looking for 52099, and we're also looking for 51931. Those are the two targets at the bottom. If we do get to the upside, then I'm looking for 52665 to be tagged again, at which point I would take profit and probably look at a short. Okay, now the last thing on this is we could be brewing a bit of a megaphone here, which is a consolidation pattern for a move for a move to the upside. But normally when you get to such a big level, you'd want to see a day or two more. A downward pressure, maybe another attempt there, then down again. So it'll just gather itself before pushing through that level. Okay, at this stage that is looking like the most likely scenario, but it's not going to happen. Doubt it'll happen today. It may happen later in the week with when we start getting news out. But anything's possible. Just got to be careful and ready for it. But for me right now, I'm looking for a deeper pullback before I start looking at this. Okay, and I think the difficult part is if I look to the left, the only logical area really is down there. There's nothing here. Price is sitting here at the moment. I don't trust these tails, that's all crap data. So that does make sense with those two levels. So that's the most logical level, which is very far from where we are now, and especially when this trend is as strong as it is now. So to me, I think this is just consolidation. It may consolidate for a day or two longer, then break out, or we may get some news coming out that forces a breakup. And remember what I said, even a daily close above this level of 52608 is going to be interesting, because then I would be looking at this entire move up, pull back, second move up. Okay, so that from a long-term trade would be a good 9,000 points. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Definitely looking at the closing range breakout. Watch this gap to the downside. That if we do break down, that's a very logical area to get involved in. The other alternative is watch what happens, and if we do move down to this area, you're still looking for longs, go with a trend. But just watch out, your level at the top here, 52610 area, is a very strong level. So I don't expect it to break through there on the second attempt, maybe the third or fourth attempt, but I think it's going to be defended for a bit. Okay, anyway guys, that's my view for today. Hope that helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.